Hello, friends. This is a small introduction to the famous writer T.S. Eliot. This is meant for students of English literature. A classicist in literature, royalist in politics, and Anglo-Catholic in religion, Thomas Stearns Eliot, poet, essayist, playwright, literary critic, editor and publisher, was born at St. Louis in United States of America on 26 September 1880. He had his education up to MA in America. Then he spent a year in Paris. Again, he returned to Harvard, working for a doctorate in philosophy. In the meanwhile, he spent some time in Germany and Oxford, London. On 22nd September 1914, Eliot met Ezra Pound in London. That meeting brought about a total change in Eliot's life and career. Pound persuaded him to settle in England in view of his future as a writer. Ezra Pound took the initiative to publish Eliot's poem, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock in 1915. This poem is a masterpiece of modernist movement. At that time, Eliot was working as a school teacher. On 19th March 1917, he joined the Lloyds Bank, London. Poems by T.S. Eliot was published by Alfred Knopf in 1920. In the same year, that is 1920, along with Wyndham Lewis, he went to Paris. There he met the famous writer James Joyce. You may be familiar with James Joyce, a writer who excelled in stream of consciousness technique, author of works like Ulysses, A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, Finnegan's Wake. But Eliot returned to Switzerland due to ill health. While returning, he stayed for a few days in Paris and submitted the manuscript of his magnum opus, The Waste Land, to Ezra Pound. It first appeared in Dial. Bonney and Liverite published it in 1922. Eliot started Criterion in the same year. He wanted it to be a European review. The journal lasted for almost 17 years. In 1925, Eliot left Lloyds and joined the present Faber and Faber. Perhaps 1922 to 1939 was the most productive period of Eliot. Some of the poems written by T.S. Eliot: The Hollow Man in 1925, Journey of the Magi in 1927. The poem is connected to the birth of Jesus Christ. Another poem, Marina, which is based on character with the same name from Shakespeare's Measure for Measure, published 1930. And also another poem, Ash Wednesday, same year, 1930. And his last great poem, Four Cortex, published between 1936-1940. This Four Cortex comprised of 4 poems: Burn Norton, which is a poem about air; East Cocker about earth; The Dry Salvage is about water, while Little Gidding is about fire. Eliot wrote plays also. His plays were verse dramas. Verse drama means drama in the form of poem. We have verse novels. For example, Golden Gate by the Indian writer Vikram Seth. So the plays by T.S. Eliot: Murder at the Cathedral, The Family Reunion, The Cocktail Party, The Confidential Clerk, The Elder Statesman. Apart from this, Eliot made significant contribution to literary criticism too. Some of the works nods towards definition of culture. Another one, tradition and individual talent, in which comes theory of impersonality. In tradition and individual talent, he defines poetic process like poetry is not a turning loose of emotion, but an escape from emotion. It is not the expression of personality, but an escape from personality. Another famous work of criticism, Hamlet and His Problems. Being students of English literature, you might have come across with that concept, objective correlative. In this essay, Eliot considers Hamlet. He says Hamlet is the Mona Lisa of literature, a work that is interesting but not a work of art. It means the writer is unable to objectify the emotions. He calls Hamlet an artistic failure because it is wanting in objective correlative. Another work of criticism, Metaphysical Poets. Eliot was awarded the prestigious Nobel Prize in 1948 for his outstanding pioneer contribution to present-day poetry. Do you know who was the youngest to win Nobel Prize in Literature? That was Rudyard Kipling, the author of works like Jungle Book, in which the memorable character Mowgli comes. Kipling won Nobel Prize in 1907 and he was the youngest to win Nobel Prize in Literature. T.S. Eliot won this in 1948 and he died in 1965. T.S. Eliot remarkably changed the very complexion of poetry and criticism bequeathed to him by the Romantics and Victorians. He is one of the major voices of modernism. His influence was so great that his period will ever be remembered as the age of T.S. Eliot. To quote Eliot himself, "In my beginning is my end. In my end is my beginning." Thank you for listening to me.